difficulty when you're a college guy. Now the floor is wide open.
Well, first you've got to learn what illegal defense means. And understand the rules of illegal defenses, but also understanding how to take advantage of it on the other end of the floor when you have the basketball, recognizing where help can and cannot come from.
Oh, you got to dunk that. That was a pretty behind
high school. Oh, I got to go down and have a conversation with my guy, Dylan Mitchell, especially after that beautiful dime. That's windmill work for Dylan Mitchell.
Rebound by Arthur Kaluma. Teammate out of Creighton. Kaluma going coast to coast.
But I can respect the fact that Oscar Seaway shot that shot. We had that conversation yesterday. We talked about that. And when you talk about playmakers, of course, for me, you know that means guards. And guards come in many different sizes. As this one, that's a 6'9" guard for you right there, Fonz.
Indeed.
Pass. Oh, Shibwe throws it down with the left hand.
He's a phenomenal athlete with great vision and an excellent passer. And at being 6'6", that was a beautiful play off the ball screen there.
And Fonz, he went to UConn known as solely an athlete. I mean, I'm talking about elite level highlight athlete. But I love
finding kids that fit Notre Dame. Like, we needed bodies. But I'm not going to skip steps to do it. I'm going to find kids that
athleticism necessary to be able to play in the NBA. You spent time with the Boston Celtics. You know what NBA athletes
he was one of our better defenders the last 2 years and really took on challenges of guarding the best guys in the Big Ten. So I think his ability to guard, everybody can't just walk into that football stadium. I was lucky that I had somebody help me get in so I could walk around. But that place is locked up like anything. So it's been really cool for me.
Most confident in that you can bring to the table.
I feel like I can bring my versatility on the defensive end.
Tell Fonz what happens in the NBA when you shoot layups.
They get blocked.
They get blocked. So now, of course, as you play moving forward, has that been something that you...
The way I've gotten better, and I like that part about it.
Did you have one guy in the NBA that you kind of wanted?
And you're 6'11", he's 7'4", Victor Wembanyama. Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your match.
Corey's guy out of Virginia.
My guy.
He's going to let it fly from deep.
That's my guy. I know his mom, Julie Jackson, is home
watching any player.
Fonz, I can remember that being a large part of what we did here. I didn't play.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Sure, you would love that.
Yes.
What's that one? Break that down for
us. Oh, they put a heart rate monitor on you, push you on a treadmill, and they...
I'm not doing this. They got off.
I did it.
You did it.
Yes.
Well, that's because you're who you are. I was in the room with two guys who were lottery picks who got off the treadmill. Just, I'm not doing this. But however, you know, I'm fighting for my draft life. I didn't play into my junior year. I'm in the draft as an underclassman. I got to go through the whole thing, but let me tell you, that was a taxing workout, to say the least.
Now, Corey, remember, I wasn't projected a lottery pick until day of maybe 3 weeks before the actual draft itself.
Okay.
So I did everything everyone else did except for play.
There you go.
Shibwe pulling down another rebound. He's got 12.6 rebounds here in this first half. Nice pass and a cut finished off there by Hunter Tyson, the senior out of Clemson.
Corey, remember that leg curl machine that they had us do that you had to kick that thing out quickly so they can tell how strong your quads were?
And think about this, Fonz. Imagine coming in and just had ankle surgery not too long ago.
Is going to take him? Would they pass on him because they didn't have the information there? And try justifying that to your owner when you just invested $40 million in a player and something all of a sudden pops up on, you know.
Is really the height thing that important? I won't say any names, but there was a big-time player that was, I'm not sure he would have been a lottery pick, but he'd probably be top 20, top 25 for sure. Measured at 6. That's without shoes, by the way.
There you go. We didn't have the with shoes measurement. Because I would have had 3 pairs of orthotics in mine. I would have been 6'4" coming into the draft.
Judah Mintz starting to pick up his score and cutting and filling the lane there.
Good pass.
That's what we talked about before we did the show.
I see some ice around the neck, around the wrist. Come on, let me see some bling.
I mean,
there we go. There we go.
Some slide.
you know, guys with that versatility I'm talking about, with maybe not my size, but, you know, guys like Paul George that can really handle the ball and get to their spaces where they need. And, you know, as a shooter, who better not to watch, you know, Steph and Clay. You know, Clay, you know, how he keeps, you know, body squared, going full speed. Is super impressive, you know, and Steph, you're hearing this year with, you know, a lot of the guys, podcasts and all that good stuff, with the underrated, you know, conditioner, and, you know, he's going to come back the next day and be his whole self, rip right back into us when we need it, but at the same time, just, you know, be the coach that he's always been, and that's something I'm definitely going to carry on. So the things that Jason Tatum can do is special. So be on court, you know, play against that or with is pretty cool to think about, for sure.
All right, you got your teammate on the court. I think he might actually be on the bench right now, but Jalen Wilson, what'd you tell him before he took the court here today?
Eternity on the earth. To be have the opportunity to play in this game and be part of the NBA is, Fonz will tell you, it's nothing. But also puts another shooter on the floor for the Lakers in comparison to having Jared Vanderbilt on the floor. Rui Hachimura, of course, we've seen him have big offensive performances.
Oh, the throwdown in traffic. Deron Holmes the second.
A lot of injury issues that slowed them down. And, of course, playing without their point guard the majority of the season. And you just see how important it is to play alongside a great point guard who can find you dropping.
Play with effort, make a simple play, and be a great teammate. Spots on the floor.
Bobby, Andrea Carter's been on the floor, and she's been noticing a lot of guys have been talking. A lot of guys talking on defense, pointing things out. Who's been the most vocal for you, and who are some of the leaders who have emerged so far?
Oh, man, it's the whole group, right? You got a couple guys that understands where we need to be and where we need to go offensively and defensively.
We saw a lot more first-rounders out there, and then all of a sudden the agents figured it out as far as kind of who's out there. But there's still a tremendous value as far as for these guys out here.
The ownership, the president of basketball operations, empowering the coach to be able to display that culture.
Well, and Eric Spoelstra said it best as far as with the turnover and all these head coaches here is that we in Miami they haven't had to reset the culture.
Yes.
Right? He's been there 15 years the same way. He's been coaching the same way they've been building it. You look at Phoenix, you're going to have to turn it over again. You look at Philadelphia, you turn it over again here. And with Joel Embiid,
the NBA Draft Combine will move over to ESPN News in about 30 seconds.
And Corey, and Bobby, to your point, I played for my last 2 years.
Flagler sees the mismatch. He's going to go to work. We'll find Mojave King on the wing and knocks down the three ball. Mojave King, the prospect out of Australia, played this last season for NBA G League Ignite.
He was 2 for 2 from the three-point line yesterday.
That's here, and it's a grind.
It is.
It's a grind because what happened? The weather. Here's the dunk. I'm gonna stop and we'll watch this right here. Look at that. Oh, and I think he might even got fouled too.
He moved it too.
And that's going over top of a special athlete. We talked about Dylan Mitchell, who could be
transition in here.
No, it's good.
This draft is important for the Clippers here because the resources to add to the roster with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard, they're going to have to, find 2 players there to kind of at that low cost because their salaries going forward is so high.
Bobby, my process was coming into, by the time the season was over, they were saying that I was a probable late first-round pick. And then all of a sudden I did, I went to Denver twice. I had 11 visits in about 6.
For 3 straight seasons, he's played alongside Kihei Clark, who's been the primary ball handler. Now, to start this season, Tony Bennett actually put the basket
with him as he's navigating those ball screens. Though, because of the way the defense is playing, because there's not a lot of great shooters out there on the floor, he's having to navigate tight spaces, showing a really tight handle and the ability to be able to maneuver.
Game with under 5 minutes to play in this last scrimmage.
Small thing, Fonz. That's when Reece Beekman has to shoot the 3.
Yes, he does.
He should not have any lapses with those guys out there.
Shouldn't have to switch.
No.
That's a great point.
Bobby, in terms of his game translating at the next level, Jonathan Gaboni does not have him on his mock draft in either the first or second round.
Teams overlook that. We're always looking at that 19-year-old prospect that we think can mold into that next all-star instead of a guy that can come in the NBA.
That's my point.
Reverse pain.
Monty Bates short on the 3 attempt. Wilson with the offensive rebound.
Bobby, I'd be interested to know what his sprint speed was compared to mini guards, because that kid can outrun mini guards from 94 feet straight. He can flat out run.
High motor.
Nice look from Wilson. Could have taken that 3 inside it. It was assist to Podziemski.
Get up,
Monty
Judah.
Bates with cookie. Excuse me. That's Judah Mintz.
Get up, Judah.
That's AC.
They realized that they had a good performance.
Yes.
They can
Born
get-
ready.
They can
Lance
get a
Stevenson.
10-day contract.
Mario Chalmers.
That's
a number of guys
That's right.
stepped up. Fonz, how many times did you get to play on Christmas Day?
Fadeaway jumper.
Once?
I was injured the next year.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got one in my rookie year. Great experience.
That was Emoni Bates in the corner hitting that approach. The final minute of play here in Chicago at this Microsoft Surface NBA Draft Combine. Hey, shout out to the NBA. The job they have done here in Chicago. This is the 3rd year they do it in Chicago. It is spectacular.
Oh.
Isaiah Wong.
Wait
with
a
the
minute.
lay-in.
Of course, when you think about the Summer League, that's our first chance to see these guys we watch coming up in college and college stars as professionals. And I'm